Open data is about increasing transparency and allowing more access to information. The Open Data Initiative expands access to information by making it more useful and usable, and that has been the approach taken to help the agricultural sector. The first version of the Open Data API was unveiled and tested at the recently concluded /Roots conference.
Tremendous response from the local developer community through that /Roots initiative, and I think it unequivocally demonstrated what is possible. It's proof of concept, but it demonstrated what is possible. I mean, in 24 hours, some of these guys built some quite novel and interesting applications. And what you're talking about here is getting a team of innovative, creative people who normally don't think about agriculture to bring their innovative skills and the potential for what is possible to the agricultural domain. So I think that's quite powerful.
Data collection plays a critical role at the Rural Agricultural Development Authority, RADA, because the organization's operations depend heavily on the data collected to forecast production levels and crop viability. RADA says the Open Data Initiative will help it to effectively track crop production.
So by collecting this information, what it means is that the extension officer can plan how it is that he's going to be working with the different farmers in the different areas. So this is primarily one of the greater benefits, as well as one of the situations that we've always been faced with, is that farmers are unable to find markets. We are trying to bridge that gap by providing a linkage between the farmer and the actual purchaser of farm-related products. Once we've done that, then we would have somewhat alleviated the situation where you'd find possibly gluts as well as shortages in certain areas.
The information currently collected from farmers includes farm locations, farm size, crop and livestock production, and farm practices. Mr. Clark says the organization will be developing a guide that will help farmers to know about best practices for growing specific crops and fighting diseases. There are further plans to develop the software to provide more support for farmers.
It will be also, using the API as well, be building a prototype, proof of concept if you wish, a mobile application that the extension officers at RADA could use to update the data in the field and have access to it wherever they are. Right? So something that they could easily use to go there and access and stuff like that. Also will be building a proof of concept again of an application using the API that small financial institutions can use to assess assess the credit viability of farmers who come in to access their loan facilities.
Typically farmers come in and they have no collateral in the traditional financial sense. But to me, substantial type of collateral is if I can go into a system and say, well, tell me what kind of property this farmer has or what kind of crop production he's done over the past year. That would give me, as a decision maker, some comfort that this guy is serious about what he's doing. So we're building a kind of decision support loan application, and that's specific to agriculture. And so this will reach into the API, Farmer X, here's his registration number, and pull back information which can help the loan officer to make a meaningful decision.
But is the Open Data Initiative specifically for agriculture, or are there plans to include other sectors?
I would have to say right now we're blinkering our focus on agriculture. I mean, already for me, agriculture represents a tremendous domain of opportunities, not only because there's such rich data in that domain, but also because you have a minister who recognizes and preaches the importance of innovation in agriculture and the use of information and communications technology to drive that innovation. So for instance, when you talk about some of our traditional challenges in agriculture, such as predial larceny or marketing efficiencies, these are problems that can be solved by information solutions. Right? So I think even if we stopped at agriculture, the potential and the opportunities of value add would be tremendous. Having said that, I'm optimistic that once we demonstrate what is possible, I think there are all kinds of possibilities that go beyond agriculture data.
With advancing technology being embraced by the Agriculture Ministry, farmers will now be able to benefit from software specifically designed to help them with productivity and efficiency.